It's back from the break. Mattyvison.com. Thank you, Cactus Jack, for stopping by. Bang, bang! I got a doctor, and all rise. Here comes immigration. No. Here come the judge. Here come the judge. The Honorable Muggsy McLovin's in the house. Going to talk to you all the best local sports right now. And the doctor's going to talk about probably the Cowboys or something stupid. Anyway, Muggs, what's going on? What's going on?
All right, I'm gonna talk about football in a minute, but we have some house cleaning to take care of. We have some boys and girls soccer. Soccer's usually not a sport we don't get a lot of attention in any PA for, but this year is different because we have a team that'll be playing for a state title on Friday.
Unheard of.
The Mountain View boys soccer team will be going for a single A state championship on Friday night at Hershey Park Stadium. They will be playing Slicky Academy.
Slicky,
yeah.
Kaneki?
Yep.
I got chills.
Yeah. They are 17-0. They are led by the junior phenom Colby Thomas, who is the son of the head coach Roger Thomas.
Kobayashi.
Mountain View's last 4 games, he has scored 7 goals, including the 2 goals that put Mountain View in the state title game with the 3-2 victory yesterday over New Hope.
New Hope! I got a friend, Hope, in Lawrence Hope Rescue and Hop On.
Good movie. A New Hope.
A New Hope is a good movie.
He is a junior, and will certainly be someone to be watching out for, not just Friday but next season. He had over 50 goals last year. So
50 goals?
Yep.
Is he Pele?
I don't know.
Diego Maradona?
Yep.
Is he that English guy?
Matt Nitch?
No.
Jeez.
Out of order.
There we go.
You're pushing, Doctor. It's been a while.
Anyway, we had some other teams do exceptional in the state tournament. We had Delaware Valley's boys in 3A. They lost yesterday in the state semifinals. They finished their season at 17-2. Losing to Upper St. Clair out of District 7.
And Delaware Valley, it seems like their athletics in like every sport are getting better and better.
Yeah.
Bigger school, a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Good coaching.
Yeah, Christian Henry was the top star for the Warriors this year. He had 4 goals in the 3 games preceding this for Delaware Valley. And Troy Smith, the goalie, had 23 saves just in the last 2 games alone.
Ooh.
So DV was 17-2. We had a couple other teams. Mountain View, the girls on the girls' side were 14-1-1. Their only loss was to Christopher Dock in the second round of states. Scranton Prep girls 16-1-1, losing to Northern York in the second round of the state tournament. And Abington Heights girls, they lost in the first round of the state tournament to Lower Dolphin 5-2. Those were 5 very good teams out of the Lackawanna League, the best that the Lackawanna League has ever done in the state tournament.
Wow.
And a couple other house cleaning things. Dunmore and Delaware Valley girls volleyball teams won district titles a few weeks ago. Unfortunately, they lost to some tougher competition in the states. Dunmore lost to Marion Catholic. Delaware Valley lost to Parkland. They were both out of District 11, but can't argue. Good years for both teams.
Yes.
And a couple other things. Golf, the state golf tournament. Chris Sermano was the highest local finisher from Scranton Prep. He was 5th in the boys 3A event. He was 4 shots off the state champions pace down at York, I believe, a few weeks back. And tennis, we almost had another state champion. The Scranton Prep duo of Kendra Croker and Grace Riley got to the semifinals in the doubles event in AA, but then they lost to the 2 girls from Lancaster Catholic, and then lost in the 3rd place match to the Mercyhurst doubles team. So we got to give out those shout outs. Congratulations to all the sports athletes in the fall. Not enough time to go through it all, but we respect you here at the Mattyvision Sports Report.
Always. You're not going to get coverage on any other network.
Instead of sitting around the house all day, doing nothing, get outside, get some exercise, and have a wonderful day.
So, which brings, we're going to quickly go through now the 4 District 2 championship games scheduled for Friday and Saturday.
Football, right?
Yes.
Oh,
we're going to start Double A quickly. Lakeland at Wyoming area. Obviously, the big thing here, Lakeland with the big offensive line against one of the most valuable players of the district, in Nick O'Brien from Wyoming area. Nick, I mean, you could say there are a lot of MOPs around this district, but I think one of the most valuable to his team has been Nick O'Brien with all the things that he does: running, passing, catching, kicking. You name it, this kid does it from Wyoming area.
Awesome.
Now that'll be at Wyoming area Friday night at 7. The single A game is a rematch, Old Forge and Dunmore.
That's a big one here, man.
Yes, it is.
It'll be a packed house.
No, Dunmore at Old Forge. I flipped that. It's at Old Forge. Why did I say Dunmore? Anyway, the first game, which was a 21-0 win by Old Forge, that has to be thrown out the window because Dunmore did not have Austin Seaman. They did not have Daquan Buckley in that game. So on both sides of the ball, you can't figure out what you're going to do with that game. So, but that would be a good game to watch if there wasn't another big game happening a couple miles away.
And Dunmore's been rolling, and like you said, they have their 2 stars back, their 2 star running backs back, and it's going to be a different offense.
It's going to be a
Bucks.
slobber knocker!
They're the first game away.
Bang, bang!
There we go.
And Saturday, 1 o'clock, the 3A title, Abington Heights at Berwick at Crispin Field.
Ooh, that's a nice one, too.
Now,
What do you root
Juicy
for?
matchup.
What do you root for?
I don't know. I'll tell you what. If Abington's going to win this game, they're going to have to do something on offense because they've not scored a point in their last 2 games on offense. The 2 touchdowns they got against Valley View last week in the districts were courtesy of Dante Pascalicchio's interceptions.
Who was their quarterback, too.
Yeah,
Pascalicchio. So maybe you can flip it to the other side of the ball, and then get that offense moving a little bit.
Well, they're gonna have to. It's not many teams. The old George Carriera, not many teams went into Berwick for a playoff game and beat. I don't remember the last time anybody beat Berwick in a playoff game at Crispin Field, to be honest with you.
I know, Berwick's always tough.
Which brings us to the main event in Quad A.
Bugsy will have his popcorn ready for this one, won't he?
The District 2 game, Delaware Valley at Scranton in 4A, which became a district championship game because both of them won games last week. And obviously Delaware Valley, you got to give Brian Shore and Keith Holstomer credit. The slobber knocking with Whitehall all night, that finally just saying, let's just go for the 2-point conversion. Let's stop trading punches with this team. We're going to win or we're going to lose in this one decision, and it paid off for them, 46-45, and now they get their rematch with Scranton, which was a 42-20 victory over East Stroudsburg South on Saturday.
This is like Rocky 2.
I'm rooting for Scranton. I'm rooting for Scranton. Totally.
That you
Yeah.
are.
And you know what? This will be a game that will be widely attended, not just from the Scranton fans and DV fans. The DV fans will bring their fans, I think. They'll bring some of us. But I think you're going to see a lot of Valley View fans, a lot of West Scranton, from the teams that are still not, that put the pads away. They're going to want to see this game. It was hard to ignore the first game.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent on both sides. You got Delaware Valley's quarterbacks going Division I, going to Miami, Ohio. It's great. It's got that record-breaking offense. They can do it in the air. They can do it on the ground. The last game, you said it was one of the best games you've seen.
Yes.
So, I mean, we're expecting a nice matchup here.
Yeah. A lot of times they say the rematch can never equal the original, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We shall see. And this is for the big stakes here.
For the district, the winner of this game will go on, continue on. They would actually host the following week the winner of Pleasant Valley or Parkland, which is the other semifinal in the 211 sub-regional. So we'll see what happens there. Before I gang the babble here, we do have to pass along our condolences. West one of the legends of West Scranton wrestling, George M. Rosca Sr., passed away earlier this week. He had 147 victories out of the over 500 that the program had, and he was a legend.
He's also with the Rosca's family, for sure.
Yes.
He's a good guy. Yeah, you'll never hear someone say a negative thing about him. Never.
No.
Yeah. That's all we got today.
Yeah, that's all I've got.
Well, I have a little bit of news, but I'd also like to send out condolences to the Saunders family. Scranton native Jay Saunders, pancreatic cancer, tough battle over the years. What a great guy he was. He inspired a lot of people. Prayers and shouts out to your whole family. I hope you guys are at peace right now. Yes. Yes. And to move on, the West Side Falcons, the purple pride of West Side. After winning the Super Bowl, it's like they were called out by the Southside Steelers or something like that. Had a little scrimmage here under the lights Saturday night. You know what happened? 27-0 happened, and Mick Foley can't stand up to believe it.
Swept him off his feet.
27-0 the season. They just keep dominating. Who's next? We openly challenge Snoop Dogg in your league. Anytime
They
you
want
want
the
to
New
take
York
your money,
Jets down here.
we could beat the Jets.
Or the Eagles.
We could probably beat the Steelers too without that bum at quarterback. That's a segue. Coming up after the break, the doctor's going to talk about hopefully not the Cowboys and the bum ass Eagles.
All Cowboys.
Taking a break. You're watching Mattyvison.com. Razzling Big Rich Talk Big. Down and out? Having a bad day? Go to Mattyvision.com, where smiles are not only guaranteed, they're also free. So go around and explore, have some fun, learn something, and who knows, you might even make a friend. Mattyvision.com, we dream big. And we're back from the break. Hope you enjoyed it. It seemed like 30 seconds to me. It seemed like a little chat with Razzle and Big Rich and watching people coming in, but it was about 30 seconds of a commercial. Anyway, I got a doctor. The doctor of sports is going to take you all around the pros and hopefully keeps it under an hour and a half.
8 to 10 minutes. We'll do.
8 to 10 minutes?
8 to 10
All right,
minutes.
Doc, what are we talking about? We're talking NFL.
Yeah, you were talking about your Big Ben Roethlisberger. When he left the stadium the other night in that primetime game, they thought it was a shoulder injury. Turns out it's much more.
Yeah.
Mostly has the late-breaking news.
Yes, it is not only on top of the shoulder injury, he has a dislocated rib that's actually pressing against his heart.
Oh.
And you're probably not going to find, despite being, you might like him or dislike him personally, you don't want someone to have that type of injury.
No, I don't want that much pain.
And it's going to be hard to find a doctor to clear him to come back. So at least indefinitely, looks like he's going to be out, which makes them have to go to this game against the Ravens.
2 out of the next 3 games against the Ravens.
2 out of 3 games against the Ravens.
When do you ever see that in the NFL?
With Byron Leftwich.
Now, is the trade that's past the deadline, you can't make trades?
Trade deadline has passed. It was passed
You can't make
a week
things
ago.
happen?
Yeah, last week.
Like if they wanted to, say, get a guy that's being wasted, like Tim Tebow, and bring him to the Steelers, it's not possible.
Well, you would have to have the Jets waive him first. And then...
and I don't know if that would happen. But,
yeah.
But like,
Well, they got such a great quarterback in Sanchez. Why do they need Tebow?
I don't know. But that's one of the questions. Do you stick with Leftwich? They also have Batch.
Charlie Batch.
Charlie Batch is still in the NFL?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Didn't he back up Rodney Pete?
Yeah.
I think he's Rodney Pete's stepdad, actually. But he's up there. He's old. I mean, this is the NFL. There's a lot of quarterbacks who don't have jobs right now.
No.
I think Gerard's out there. There's got to be somebody out there. But Leftwich knows the system best, and most definitely he'll be starting this week.
Yeah,
against the Ravens.
he will. They already said he'd be starting. So.
Now the 7-2 are the Ravens in the AFC East, and 6-3 are the Steelers.
Yeah, but it's not. But it's not going to be the same. I mean, you had Ray Lewis and Troy Polamalu. They'd be talking the smack all week, but they're not going to be playing. So where's the?
Would have been a perfect year for the Bengals to step up.
Yeah,
and
they may still step. They may still step up after the demolishing of the world champion Giants.
What happened to those football Giants last week? I don't know. They slept through November again.
Yeah.
And everyone, we're all waiting for them to turn it around.
Yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys beat the Philadelphia Eagles, and not only did they beat them, they might have ended a couple careers. One being Mike Vick in Philly, went out with a concussion. booed, he's criticized for not having the heart, and unfortunately, collateral damage in this thing is going to be Andy Reid. Andy Reid has been a great coach for some time.
Yeah, it seems like he's
the
already.
fans were cheering Andy Reid to get fired.
Yeah, it seems like he's already handed the keys to the broken down car to Nick Foles.
And Nick Foles is going to be probably the guy this week and maybe weeks to come.
I heard rumor has it Phil Jackson's available.
Phil Jackson might as well, yeah.
I heard he's available.
Yeah, they all thought he.
Oh, but wait, Buddy Ryan's already the coach. Sorry, Phil, he did it again.
Yeah. So are the Eagles done? They're playing the Redskins this week. They're done.
They'll win. I think they'd win this week, but they'd have to. I would think 10-6 or 9-7 is going to win that division. That means the Eagles pretty much have to win out.
Almost, yeah, just about that. Yeah, they're done. So can we officially bury them like we did last year on this program? Do you remember that? It gave me a lot of joy. Maybe not you watching.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Somebody's going to have a Thanksgiving Eagle for.
Now, we can actually talk about games that matter this week.
Games that matter this week. There's a huge game this week.
It's not Dallas.
A lot of people think it's the possible NFC Championship.
Who's that?
San Francisco hosting Chicago.
On Monday night.
Monday
And
night.
both teams not real happy campers after Sunday's performance.
The Bears.
Yeah, Chicago played in what's the monsoon?
Yeah, both teams lost their starting quarterbacks to concussions. One team lost, the other team tied. Go figure.
Bugsy did predict a tie last week.
Yeah, I sat here.
Predicted the wrong one.
I said the Cowboys-Eagles. I said 0-0 tie.
And shout out to I think this panel, the entire panel. The one of the times we unanimously agreed. We agreed that the Saints would beat the undefeated Falcons.
Yeah.
What do? They beat the undefeated Falcons.
That's because we have
That's
the
why you
scores
gotta watch
report,
here
know
and
what we're
learn
doing.
what's going on.
That's what you call street cred.
I think I was a little off with my 82 to 2 score. I predicted, but Dallas did beat Philly.
You were way out of order with all those scores, Doctor.
I know. Hey, you get a little, when you're up here, you get a little carried away. I think you know that. But Dallas is 4-5. Now we can talk about them. And the Saints started out 0-4.
Yeah.
They've now won 4 or 5 games. Yeah. So they're 4-5 too. Can either of these 4 and 5 teams make the playoffs?
Dallas more likely because their deficit in the division is much smaller than New Orleans is to Atlanta.
Why, they get rid of Rover?
Are you still there?
But I'm just saying.
You're
I'm just
still
saying.
balling.
Oh, then
The Cowboys, they have their game. They should be Cleveland. I would think they should be Cleveland.
You never know.
And 3 of the next 4 are at home, which includes the Thanksgiving. Who are they playing Thanksgiving Day this year?
For the Redskins. You never know there too. You know.
But still, I mean, they're 4 and 5, and the Giants have made that back into a winnable division. I think New Orleans is going to have to win the wild card, which I just don't. Green Bay, whoever doesn't win the North is going to be one of the wild cards. And Seattle, they just don't want to write themselves off yet, Russell Wilson.
They don't.
So like I said, Dallas is more likely because they can still win their division, while New Orleans probably won't.
In about 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to have a little bit of a more clear picture.
Yeah.
One would hope. We'll see.
Now, how about this game? This used to be a great rivalry, but Andrew Luck's kind of revived it a little. Indianapolis and New England.
That's a good one, yeah. Andrew, yeah, so that makes it a little more watchable than it was last year.
He is exciting. He is exciting.
He's
And
great.
Brady's still I can't curse. He's a jerk.
He's a G.
I almost called him something very bad that would have caused a bleep.
I believe.
Not a fan of the Brady.
We're all for bleeps around here. You know?
Not a fan of the Brady.
That's all right. Yeah, you're right. So it makes the game relevant to watch again. Patriots should win, even though every time they play the Buffalo Bills, who get crushed by the West Side Falcons, who would this
Bills
week if they
nearly
played,
pulled
the Bills could take it to them every time.
The Bills had victory in their hands, and Ryan Fitzpatrick, the Harvard guy.
I think they should hypnotize Ryan Fitzpatrick to think he's playing the Patriots every week. I really do. That's their only chance to be successful.
Especially considering they have a Thursday night game this week.
Thursday night game, yep, against the Dolphins.
Yeah, but
That's a good matchup.
I don't like those Thursday night matchups.
I'm not a fan of the Thursday night. It's dumb.
I mean, Thanksgiving is Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's it.
But
Yeah, every week could be a little too much. You could have too much of a good thing.
I honestly wake up Friday morning and forget there's a game on. And then my fantasy roster's messed up.
I always
and
remember
don't
at
care about the
9:30
weekend.
there's a game on, and the game's halfway over already.
yeah.
But hey, what can you do? The NFL, they're smart. You know, they'll get that and see how the fans liked it this year. And if it's not popular, they're gonna take a few away.
Yeah.
But I suggest them doing maybe 4 a year, but make them good games.
I think they're going to end up
like
doing,
the Steelers, Ravens.
You're going to start seeing, much like the college football trend, you're going to start seeing games each night of the week. If the cable company can make money on it, you're going to see Tuesday night football, you'll see Wednesday night football, you'll see Friday night lights.
We'll be doing a lot more shows.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, I think that's the way they're expanding it.
No, you're right. They're trying to take over their team. And they've done a good job so far, but I think it can become a little bit monotonous. You know, I think people might get sick of it every day of the week. People were already sick of the Thursday night games.
The other side of the coin is people that don't have the Sunday ticket get to see their teams now more often.
Yeah. Hey, we'll see what happens.
I'm not a fan, though.
You know, we might have to get Goodell in here, right? The commissioner of the NFL, Roger Goodell. I'll email him this week. I'll shoot him an email, see if he can come down and talk.
Good.
What do you think?
He doesn't like you, though.
Yeah.
He doesn't like you.
He didn't like that bounty I put on him last year.
When me and Buggz had brunch with him last month, he said, I don't know who that guy is, but yeah, I don't like
He
him.
invited you up to New York City, huh?
Oh, he came here.
Oh, he came down here?
Yeah. Important people come to me and
Did he
Buggz.
get him a Nicky's hoagie like we do everyone when we bring him
I thought we took him to the glider. Didn't we take him to the glider?
And we took him to the West Side Flavors, home of the best Reuben.
Did you know Bill Clinton and Babe Ruth ate in the glider?
Did they?
Yeah. That's
And
legend.
so did President Obama.
And Obama did as well.
Yeah.
So
So did the world famous Matty.
and the judge Buggz.
Yeah, but they don't like the doctor there at the glider.
Okay. Anything else
I
there
asked for
quickly?
extra gravy on everything. That's all I got.
That's all you got?
Shout out to the new coach of the Lakers, Mike D'Antoni.
Who had
Coach
no-
nobody wanted, who now is the coach of the most
Yeah.
prestigious
Who had no
NBA
clue?
team.
Who had no clue he was even being considered?
Phil Jackson's like, you know what? I'm gonna come back, and they said,
No, we already picked our guy.
They said, hey, there's something on your shirt. Doink.
It's kind of like when they give a girl your number and then they just never call when they say they're going to. That's Phil Jackson.
What are you talking about?
My weekend.
Does that happen to you a lot?
A lot. Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me. See girls throwing numbers at mugs. Mugs
I
don't
know.
have to give a number out. They throw it at mugs.
Hey, I don't look like that. You know, I got.
It ain't hard.
Sorry, man.
Down goes Foley again.
Mugs will tell you it's hard work being this pretty. Then that has been the sports report for November 14th, 2012. If we don't see you next week, if we don't film for some reason, make sure you have a happy Thanksgiving. Make sure you're thankful for everything you have, even if it's just a simple roof over your head and running water. Yes. Coming up after the break, Hornswoggle. You're watching Mattyvison.com. Little people dream big.
They do.
The difference between